This Chat with the Expert is brought to you by Angie's List on 93 WIBC.
Welcome back to Chat with the Experts, brought to you by Angie's List. I am Kyle Hawk, and I am with some guests today, talking all about the importance of service. And we're hearing stories from some incredible service providers. Our first guests today are Mitch and Jennifer Mauck of Lang & Walter Carpet Care. We were just talking about how they strive to provide the best service possible and the importance of those customer relationships that they've been building over the years. But while we have you here, of course, we also want to talk about carpet care, which is your area of expertise. And, maybe more time than any, the holidays really bring a lot of opportunities for spills and accidents to take place. Are there things that you can do to kind of prevent carpet stains from happening before they start? Are there any sort of actions you can take?
The main thing you can do if you get your carpets professionally cleaned and when it's time to get protectant on them, to go ahead and definitely get the protectant on. That helps get spills up quicker or easier if they're gotten picked up quicker.
Sure.
So it gives you a little bit of lead time, I guess you'd say.
Yeah. And with, so much foot traffic increased in a lot of homes over the holidays, it's kind of important to take those steps. Even if it's something maybe as simple as just laying down a barrier between different entries of the room, people coming in and out of the kitchen, I would imagine as well.
Taking shoes off helps too, but sometimes it can be hard to have people take shoes off. So we just have shoes at our entry so people kind of get a hint.
Yeah. I've done that before. It's a good idea, and it tends to help. Well, in the event of a spill actually taking place, we hear all the time about home remedies, little tricks you can do. What are some things you can do right after something hits the carpet?
We always recommend, we have a spotter bottle we give away to all our customers for free. It's a refillable spotter bottle, and it's a good thing to use, if you spill coffee or if your animal had an accident or any basic spills, it can get most of it up. But if you don't have that, we recommend either a white towel that hasn't had bleach in it on water and blot it. Don't rub it. Otherwise, you're going to bloom the fiber and make it come unwind, and it's going to look pretty obvious.
One thing from this time of year that right off the top of my head, I think about wine spills, and we've heard salt and club soda you can put on. I mean, are there any remedies for something like that?
Yeah, club soda I'd recommend, once again.
Safe.
Yeah, to be safe, and blot it up with the same towel, and you might have to do it several times, but there's a good chance you get most of it up.
Yeah. So in those instances, there are things you can do right off the bat and do some things to help, but in general, you're probably going to have to call in a professional cleaner for some of the rougher stains. Now, can I call in my carpet cleaner for just like a spot cleaning, or should I be prepared to have a large area cleaned?
You definitely can just have a spot cleaned. We started our business when we did 20 years ago, and that's all we did was stain removal. And we do a lot of that still, and we definitely do that in a lot of cases. The only problem that you might encounter is if the spot is in an area that has some traffic or some dirty areas, we may make the spot cleaner, and then you'll notice a reverse effect where you can tell that the carpet's dirty because the spot's clean, because we're working just on the small spot.
Yeah. And that's in some situations, it may be wise to have a regular total floor cleaning to kind of prevent that sort of issue from even happening. Is that the case?
Yeah, a lot of times we'll recommend that, especially if there's several spots we're doing in a room that hadn't been cleaned in a while.
Sure.
And it's obvious that those spots were corrected and they look better than the rest of the carpet after we're finished.
Yeah.
And the carpet manufacturers recommend that you get your carpets cleaned every 6 to 12 months.
Okay.
With a hot steam extraction method, because it actually removes a lot of the excess dirt and grime that actually hurts your carpet in the long run.
I'm glad you brought that up, because in talking about carpet care, there's a lot of different methods that different companies use. I want to talk about the water extraction process and what makes that an effective method for carpet cleaning.
Well, we feel that the hot water extraction, which is recommended by all the carpet manufacturers, is a more thorough cleaning. It's like washing your hair. You use soap and then you rinse it out and you use conditioner if that's the case. Whereas other methods are more like taking a wet nap to your hair and you're instead of washing it. And it's topically maybe it's okay, but I don't think it's as thorough cleaning.
Yeah. So if I go with this method, I mean, how long can I expect the process to take? And, when is my carpet going to be ready to walk on again?
Usually it depends on how many rooms or how big the rooms are or the size of the home. But on average, we clean every home is 1 to 2 hours, I would say. And if they're a bigger home, it'll take longer. We also recommend to stay off the carpet anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. If you have some moving air or some fans above, it helps dry it quicker. We leave it slightly damp, and it's not wet. It's just slightly damp for a short period of time.
Yeah. One thing that we see a lot as we've covered this topic at Angie's List, when you talk about some of the more chemical methods, there's a danger there if you have pets and thinking about how to handle all of that. Is the process we're talking about right now going to be safe for kids, pets to get right back on the carpet after it's finished?
Yes, it is safe. And the process is when we come in, we'll put down a cleaning emulsifier or cleaning agent, and then we extract and rinse that out with hot water.
Okay.
So we're removing the dirt along with the chemicals that have been applied. We also will do a completely green clean if a customer wishes, and we will just come in and just extract with hot water and do a thorough extraction and rinsing process if that's what a customer wants. So if they have severe sensitivity to chemicals, we're very accommodating.
Yeah, excellent. It's good to know there's different options there. And of course, you do more than just carpet cleaning. I wanted to ask what some of the main differences were between treating a carpet and then treating something like upholstery or rugs.
The upholstery fabric is much different, and it's more fragile. But we do it also. And whereas the carpet fiber itself, the texture it's made of, and the yarn, it's more durable. So it can take more of a beating, let's say, than a upholstery.
Yeah. And even talking about the rugs, I mean, there's one thing of like, I've just got a rug I use, but then you've got some of the nicer, older rugs that I would imagine take a really delicate kind of care to make sure that rug is going to last as long as it should.
We do. And we have increased our rug cleaning business tremendously because of the way we do clean rugs, and we clean rugs either on site at a customer's home, or we have a lot of rugs brought into our facility, and we Mitch can explain better, but we first remove all of the loose dirt and soil from the rug, and then we collect all of that loose dirt that we get out of it. And it's amazing how much dirt we get out, but then from there
removing all the dry soil at first, and then we put it into and we immerse it into let's say a pit, for lack of better words here, and we clean it, and it's a really thorough clean, and we get out odors and most all stains with it also.
Yeah, excellent. I also wanted to talk about hardwood floors and what you can do to protect your hardwood floors against spills and stains, because that's another trafficked area of the home that you really want to take the steps to care for. The
best way to handle hardwood floors is just to get whatever's spilled up immediately. That is the best way. Most floors are finished, so you can easily just wipe them right up. If you leave something sit on there, it may seep into the wood, which can be problematic. If it's an unfinished hardwood floor, I would do the same thing. I would just wipe it up as quickly as you can, and if it's red wine or something, I would wipe it up, and I would get water or whatever cleaner your flooring company gave you to use, and get at it right away as quickly as possible.
Do you have methods for coming in and taking care of stains to hardwood floors?
That's a little different. We can try everything we know of, but they're a little more difficult to work with.
Sure. Well, as we come to a close on this segment here, I did want to ask what the most common stains that you have to tackle are. I mean, if you had to pick one thing that when you pick up the phone, this is likely going to be something you're going to have to tackle, what would that be?
Pet stains.
Pet stains.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, we have a lot of pet owners, and they, even in our own home, we have that once in a while. So I would say that's a majority of our calls.
Yeah, we love them, but they can make a mess. So.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Jennifer and Mitch, I want to thank you both for taking the time to join us, and thank you most of all for the great service you've been providing all these years.
Thanks, Kyle.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We're going to take another quick break here, but we're not done yet. When we come back, we're going to welcome in Tommy Clayton of Tommy's Taxi. He's going to fill us in on how quality service plays out in the ride-giving industry. We're happy you're joining us today. Stay with us. You're listening to Chat with the Experts, brought to you by Angie's List.
Do you love a good bargain? Angie'sList.com showcases popular deals from highly rated local companies so you can save time and money on the home and health services you need most. Remodeling your kitchen? Painting your house? Cleaning your carpet? We've got a deal for that. Angie's List members even have access to exclusive discounts, up to 80%. Don't waste another day or another dollar. Start shopping now at angieslist.com.